Hi everyone, my name is Iaccarino, and we got the other co-founders over there, Alex Nikithin and Rick Ganguly, and we are Ridj-it. So, getting to the outdoors can be incredibly difficult if you don't have a car. But even if you do have a car, where do you go? And even if you do know where to go, who do you go with? And if you got all that figured out, where do you get a campsite, where do you buy tickets for skiing, all this other things combined into what we call the adventure problem. And we have a solution. We're Ridj-it, we're a travel tech platform, and what we do is we connect other riders and drivers to your adventure, or you can join theirs. Now, Ridj-it's almost 1,700 users have traveled to every state in New England, plus New York, for activities like hiking, kayaking, skiing, biking, skydiving, horseback riding, axe throwing, apple picking, whatever else, you name it. And in addition to connecting users with each other through Carpool, we also work with rural businesses to provide discounts on lessons, rentals, and other adventures. So how does it work? Well, number one, a user can post an adventure. Now, who is a user? A user could be a rider. A user could be a driver. A user can also even be a business. So after that adventure is posted, people can book as riders or drivers. Then everyone meets at a tea station. They drive, they make great friendships, they do the adventure together, and they come back to Boston. Now, number one is really important for us because at the moment there isn't a central location where somebody can just post an adventure without having to go through multiple layers of hierarchy. At Ridj-it, we believe in the democratization of the outdoors. And if you're working with a lot of other groups and other membership places, you have to seek permission. We don't want that. We believe in the democratization of the outdoors, and along with that, great logistics that help you have the best adventure possible. So how do we make money? So we take a portion of the Carpool proceeds. In this case, we have a hiking adventure. It's 150 miles round trip, average ticket price, $26, and then we're gonna make about $35 from that. Now, we are not Uber because we are not specifically a Carpool company. Carpool is just one tool that we have, but we just put it up there for your own schema building to show you kind of what's going on. Uber would make $4 for their average ride. We are making about $35 for an average ride if you got 3 people. So now, so now add on an extra $20 because we have a skiing event, and now you have 3 passengers and a driver paying a $5 service fee each while still getting a discounted lift ticket, for example. And so who is giving us their money? Well, a majority of our users have been in Boston for less than 5 years. A lot of younger people, it's majority female, and we're at the point where we have about 150 people or more who have used us 5 or plus times, and we have people who've used us 50, 60 times, for example, whether they're drivers or riders. Now, some more data on who our market is. We took data from the White Mountains, from the federal government, and compared it to our own data. We are bringing more women on average. We're bringing a lot more young people. Some more Hispanics and a lot more Asians, and just based on that, we see a $1.7 million TAM just in Carpool sales, just to the White Mountains, for example. And what we're asking for is between $600,000 and $1.2 million to meet a very conservative revenue forecast of $77 million. And that's our most conservative projection there. So I guess I was going to show you the product quickly, which you can kind of also do yourself if you feel like it. Let's go to ridj-it.com, have it load. It's going to show a beautiful video in like a second. Oh, gorgeous, I know, right? Wow, oh, well this is interesting. I see people having a really great time. Oh, look at all these different trips that are going on. Sunset kayak with the seals. How romantic. So I will click on that. And it's kind of a little tough to see here, but what you can see is, oh, there's 4 available seats, short description of what's going on, driver, rider. We even have non-carpool in case you just can't carpool. Plus, here's where the ticket purchasing comes in. You can purchase a single kayak to rent or a 2-person kayak. So, okay, I'll press let's ride. I'm gonna log in. You guys are gonna see my email. Don't stalk me, dude. I'm just kidding. So then I'm gonna log in. Beautiful. Great. Oh, lots of legal stuff, always. If I die in a fiery car crash, I'm not gonna sue you. Everything else. Wow, and look at that. I get to see who is booked. So let's see, we got, well, yeah, we got a few people going on there. I can go and maybe, oh, rider spots are sold out, as you can see, but there is a spot for a driver, so I'll sign up as a driver. I really like my own kayak, so I'm just gonna go like that. I'm gonna select my car, which has been stored there, several cars it looks like, actually. There you go, I choose that, bam, I booked, done. So that's just kind of a general idea of what's going on. People can also post their own trips. I won't get too much into that, but just show you a quick preview there. Connected to Google API, name the adventure, hiking, fishing, rock climbing, camping, name whatever else you want. How many people, you can choose up to 20 for now. And eventually we'll add some more, and that is basically about it. Thank you for taking the time to look at how we're making the outdoors much more accessible by carpooling our way to adventure. Thank you. Let's see, questions about insurance, legal, yeah, I can already feel it. Go over there. Corey background check, not yet.
Drive to the mountains with a weirdo.
Oh, yeah, so what's cool about our system,
Female. I don't want my daughter going to the hallway.
yeah, I mean, for us it's been interesting, the majority of our users are female because they appreciate the systems we have in place to weed out bad actors. And in that sense, everybody's like, what? Well, even just the registration process, you have to give us your real name, all this other stuff. But even just the natural human setup of what's going on is what's important, because it's like, oh man, someone's gonna kill me in the woods. Probably not. If you're going with 4 or 5 other people, no, really, you're probably much more likely to be accosted taking an Uber in the city than you are driving up to the woods with 5 or 10 other well-meaning people who are sharing in the adventure with you. I mean, sure, something could happen, but probably much less likely. I mean, I think I have, every female friend I know has probably been harassed in an Uber, including my wife. So I have no safety love for Uber. Over there.
So, said you know how liability is structured, so tell us what the actual liability is. How do somebody accept participation doesn't really obligate to the responsibility? How do you just walk through the Huntington Ravine
Yeah, sure. So we are not a guide service. And when you sign off on those conditions, you say we are not a guide service because we are not guiding the trips. These are user-generated trips. You have to take an aspect of responsibility to yourself. I'm sure if something did happen, we would face some type of legal action, which is why we have general liability, business liability, and a bunch of other stuff along with that. In terms of, let's say somebody dies in a fiery car crash, right? Our drivers are not Uber drivers. They are real people going on an adventure, sharing in their passions. They're following carpool protocol as encouraged by the state of Massachusetts. So you're not getting paid enough for this to be a career in and of itself. So therein lies, you're just carpooling. I don't know if that fully answered to the extent that you wanted, but there's always room. Yep.
Does the driver use the driver's car?
So a driver can use their own car, or you see those guys over there with get-around. Sometimes we have things that happen where maybe there's 4 or 5 riders, but they don't have their own car. We have a partnership with Get-Around where they give us a pretty sweet discount where we then pool everyone's money together.
Does your insurance cover the driver and the car when they're on the trip?
The driver has their own insurance, and their own insurance should cover what they're doing because it's not profit-making at all, and it's following state state guidelines in terms of carpooling. I want to get anyone over on the right. Yeah, you guys have been ignored. Far, far over the right. In back. Yes, that's you.
I want to talk about love, feels, and kayak.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors just told me how one of those stores is Saturday night. I thought so cool. Anyway, I'll have to find out where she registered. I'm so worried about her safety. Are you connecting? Are you on meetup groups? Are you thinking about connecting with TripAdvisor? Are you going to stay solo until you really scale?
Yeah, so our MVP was a free SaaS calendar, and we started a meetup group and grew that to over 8,000 people in 2 years or less. We actually have a user of ours here, Rushi. He's posted trips, he's driven, not planned, I promise.
Saturday? Did you guys do Saturday or meetup group?
We had so many trips this weekend.
Saturday.
There was kayaking, there was biking, hiking. Yeah, it's all over the place. That's you.
How do you compare to the Airbnb?
Oh, we're marketing on there as well, and they're incredibly restrictive. I mean, it's been a nice funnel. Airbnb doesn't have the capabilities or the business logic to implement what we're trying to do at an affordable price. Like if you want to go for a guided hike in the White Mountains, sure, you just got to be ready to be paying like $150 a pop, not including transportation, which then makes it impossible because everybody's here as a tourist anyways, right, through Airbnb. Over there.
Are the prices, it looks like the prices for riders and drivers were about the same. Is it
Sure, so what I can show you here, oh, there's so much incentive. Let me woo you here. I know my time is probably limited here, but let's take Mount Flume and Liberty. Cool. So this $20, that's just a driver buy-in. That's to make sure nobody flakes. If they flake, we take the money and we keep it and we use it to pay for a rental if needed. Or we just keep the money, one of the two. So for example, that happened last weekend. Driver's battery died, he flaked out. We gave the money and they were able to rent a get-around car at 4:30 in the morning, no problem, and still left on time. No, but that driver's $20 that they would have gotten if they had driven, they lost it. And then we put it towards the rental, and we still made out very well. Another question?
Yeah, I'm visiting European destinations, and the advantage with that is that it books not just the hotel, but also the rental car and the trips that you want to do. So how similar is your model to theirs in terms of reserving and scheduling things for
Who is this again? I didn't hear that.
EuropeanDestinations.com? I think they were acquired by TripAdvisor or something.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Can I get one more? One more, over there.
I've got a quick question about, you had mentioned discounts for skiing. So are you sourcing discounts and pushing that down the funnel to make a trip? Or are you looking at organic trips and trying to then go find discounts for that?
Yeah, so skiing in this case, yeah, I mean, we'll take Killington as an example. Killington now reaches out to us. We're big enough now to where the ski mountains reach out to us and they say, hey, this would be a really great date to have these people and we're going to give you this sweet discount. And we go, cool, dude, let's do it. Eventually, so we don't have the logic or the developed around making businesses users yet, but that's what we'd like to do, and that's why we're asking for $1.2 million, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.